सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Om. What happened on this? Are you able to see? Or again I will connect it back. Something wrong happened, I think. ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. अस्मद्गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः. ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ॐ. Okay. So, I think we were in the 53rd one. Okay. Yeah. So, विज्ञानमय कोशः started. बुद्धिर्बुद्धीन्द्रियैः सार्धं संवृत्तिः कर्तृलक्षणः. विज्ञानमयः कोशः स्यात् पुंसः संसारकारणम्. अनुव्रज चित्प्रतिबिम्बशक्तिः विज्ञानसंज्ञः प्रकृतेर्विकारः. ज्ञानक्रियावान् अहमित्यजस्रम् देहेन्द्रियादिषु अभिमन्यते भृशम्. अनादिकालोऽयम् अहमस्वभावः. अहं स्वभावः जीवः समस्तव्यवहारवोढा. करोति कर्माण्यपि पूर्ववासनः. पुण्यानि च तत्फलानि. Did we do this? Anadikalaha ayam aham swabhavaha. Did we do that?
We just started that, Guruji.
We started it?
Yes.
Okay.
But not we didn't finish it.
Okay. That's not sure. Okay. So, Anubraja chit pratibimba shaktihi. Anubraja means that which comes together immediately, it follows. Chit pratibimba shaktihi, RC. Vijnana sanjnaha prakriter vikaraha. It is vijnanamaya koshaha and it is nothing but variation in the prakriti, in the manifested prakriti. That is what is vijnanamaya koshaha. Jnana kriyavan aham iti ajasram. So one is knowledge faculty, then kriya faculty, both. Jnana kriyavan, the moment that chit pratibamba comes, it is just either knowledge based or kriya based. That aham iti, that my will get I, that first person singular, at all times it will get extended to deha indriyadishu abhimanyate bhrisham. Instantaneously you will start saying my body, my senses, my everything, all that mind will start. Okay, and that is the job of ahankara. So the moment ahankara comes, baddhagatvam comes. Continuously you will start calling this body as I. You will forget that I am the Atma which is embodied for this particular small period of time. Rather than that, you will consider this body as an Atma. Okay, so this personification of the Atma as the body starts instantaneously when RC comes. Is it clear? Okay. And what happens when Manomaya Kosha comes? Immediately? With Manomaya Kosha, what comes?
Looking outward, Guruji.
Mama.
You're always looking
Mama, mine.
up.
With Vijnanamaya, Aham comes.
Aham and Mama.
Okay. Right. Then, Anadikalaha ayam aham swabhavaha. So, Anadikalaha ayam aham swabhavaha. Okay. Anadikaloyam aham swabhavaha. For this particular, this I or this individuality or ahankara, from when it is there? Anadikalaha. Correct? Because we actually saw the reason. Whose Sukshma Sharira? Whose Shraddha? Whose Pitra? Who comes back? So that I is always there in all the transactions in whichever loka you will go. It will be there. Okay. And then I was born again. Again that I has come. Okay. So Anadikalaha, from when Prakriti is there, this I is also there. I here is RC, not OC. So whenever that Prakriti comes from Pralaya to Srishti, this RC will always be there, either in a manifested form or an unmanifested form, it will be there. Are you able to get that? So, Anadikalaha, ayam aham, this aham means he is now showing it as a third person. This aham, Anadikalaha. Which aham? Vijnanamaya Kosha. Okay. Jiva samasta vyavahara vodha. So one is aham swabhavaha is there anadikala, but it is manifesting very, very strongly in this jiva. When this janma is there, it manifests very clearly. Right? After the janma, you do not know. Still it is there. That is why all the rest of the things, again you come back. The samsara, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, for whom? Not for Atma. For that RC, aham. Ahankara. So this ahankara, which is in a very dormant time when it is not alive, only when it becomes alive, again manifests and becomes very, very, very dominant at that time. Okay. The moment it is dominant, what it does? Jiva samasta vyavahara vodha. Samasta vyavahara, all the transaction. You know, what is there in every check leaf? You tell me.
Account number. No, what do you call that?
MICR. The check number.
Yeah,
The bank name.
Yeah.
Our name is there.
Huh?
Our name is also there.
Your name is also there. What makes meaning of that check? All this what you said gives a meaning to the check.
I can give order to pay to the NPC.
So what? For that, what is needed?
Signature.
That represents you. Without signature, the check is useless. A piece of paper.
Identity, basically.
Exactly, the RC is your signature here. Samasta vyavahara vodha. In every check, the signature is there. In every transaction, aham chapa is always there. Otherwise, the transaction is not at all connected to you. Otherwise, how it will become? Sikandar ne porus se की थी लड़ाई तो मैं क्या करूं? समझ में आ रहा है? Even to understand सिकंदर ने पोरस से की थी लड़ाई तो मैं क्या करूं, that may has to be there. Are you able to get that? So in every transaction, without this aham, that transaction word doesn't have a meaning. Like without a signature, the check leaf doesn't have a meaning. Are you able to get? It is so much encrypted, embossed in it. Without that, this transaction will not work. For example, if I tell you that in Trump's mind something is working like that and someone else's mind something else is working, it has got nothing to do with you. That's not a transaction. But if I tell you that, are you aware that Trump spoke like this in the transaction you are involved now? To understand what that Trump told to someone else. So unless the RC is coming into the picture, it is not a transaction. Forget it, it is not even a thought. Who is thinking? Atma is not thinking, the RC is thinking. Are you able to get? If thought itself is not there without me, that RC, then transaction is bundle of thoughts. Are we able to get this? Is it clear? We are now referring to RC only. You can easily replace RC with OC. That is later. But first understand RC is an integral part, because RC is that mukhauta of OC. It is that face of that OC which is transacting everywhere. So wherever OC is there, this RC is there. And whenever you say that the RC is not present, that means the manifestation of RC is not present, but RC is there. Are you able to get that? Okay. So he says, samasta samsara vyavahara vodha. So complete vyavahara is transaction. That means thought. Okay, connecting. And that connection is coming because of RC. And when that samsara vodha starts, kartrutvam will start. Right? Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jato tishthatya karma krite. Bhagavad Gita chapter number 3. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi, not even a fraction of a second, jatu, a person who is born or who is alive, tishtati, can be without doing any karma. Are you able to understand? If someone says that I am in nirvikalpaka samadhi, still it's a karma. Manasam karma. Breathing is on. Blood circulation is on. Karma is on. And for that karma to be on, that RC is alive. If RC is not there, where is the karma? What happens in a dead body? The RC has decided not to connect with this body. That is why you see a dead body as a dead body, because the OC is no more showing Chetanatvam, it is only showing existence. Isness. That is why that is his body, you will start talking, or her body as a third person now. Chetanatvam is not there. Are you able to get this? So, samsara vodha, once it comes, vyavahara, karoti karmanyapi purva vasana. Karma becomes, you will but do karma. Even if a person says that I'm the most lazy person, I only sleep, then he is doing sleeping karma. But karma is there. Don't consider running only is karma. Sleeping is also karma. Body is not moving, but he is doing an action of sleeping. Is it clear? So this karma will continuously be there. And what drives this karma? The karma will be based on what? Purva Janma Vasanas. I will do those karmas which are going to attract me. Purva Janma Vasanas. My Vasanas, whatever are there, that is only going to, my likes and dislikes are going to give the path on the way I will do karma. Even thought process is a karma. Manasam karma will be based on my vasanas. Okay, is it clear? So the moment this ahankara comes, the ahankara will do action, but only action. And that action are driven by your purva vasanas. Correct? Why purva vasanas? Why purva vasanas?
So because they carry over through our Sukshma Sharira.
Correct. So, what did we talk on Manomaya Kosha? There what happens to Purva Vasanas? So is Manomaya directed by Purva Vasanas or is Vijnanamaya directed by Purva Vasanas?
So Vijnanamaya, Manomaya is where the coloring of the perception of the object. Everything is colored. When what I think about things, that's where all the vasanas come into play and they color my view of an object, of anything.
So Purva Vasanas color the Manomaya Kosha. Clear?
Yeah.
Now what is he talking about Vijnanamaya Kosha?
So here he talks about based on my Purva Janma Karma Phala, I'll be doing my karma will be towards that. Will be, it will drive my karma based on what I have, in my Purva Janma, whatever that Vasana has, that's what is going to be driving my karma. Is that what he's meaning?
See, you have clearly told that Manomaya Kosha is completely colored by Purva Vasanas.
Right.
There is no doubt about that. Manomaya Kosha is what part of yours? Annamaya Kosha is what part of yours?
Yeah.
What is Pranamaya Kosha?
Sukshma.
No, Sukshma okay, but what another name? It is the physiological body.
Yeah.
What is Manomaya Kosha? Psychological body.
Psychological, yeah.
Correct. My psyche is based on my vasanas. What is Vijnanamaya Kosha?
Intellect.
Correct. Not intellect. Intellectual. Where intellect is a part.
Okay.
Correct. Now, what all is going to happen in Vijnanamaya Kosha? Knowledge. Okay. Your memory. Your rational thinking. The logics. Everything is sitting on the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Okay.
Right.
The feelings are sitting in Manomaya Kosha. So feelings are very easily you are connecting it to vasanas. Likes, dislikes, and all are feelings.
Mm-hmm.
But how will this likes and dislikes get connected to Vijnanamaya Kosha? Because here he clearly has mentions that Purva Vasana he mentions. How will this Vijnanamaya Kosha get colored by? Because Vijnanamaya Kosha is what? Ahankara, memory, knowledge, logic, rational thinking, all these are a part of Vijnanamaya Kosha.
Right.
How will this get colored by vasanas?
So it says karoti karmanipi purva vasanaha. So it says, which means that karoti means you're doing the karma
Based on Purva Vasana.
based on purva vasana.
So he very clearly says your Purva Vasana is influencing your Vijnanamaya Kosha.
Punyan punyani cha tat phalani.
That is
So
later. That is later. Punya, apunya is Punya Papa is the phalam of what that karma is.
Nice. Okay.
That leave it. But where is this? How is the Purva Vasanas?
Driving your karma.
Yeah, or how is it connected to your karma? See, clearly we know the connection with Manomaya Kosha, likes and dislikes. There is no ambiguity on it. But here we are not able to clearly say that hey, it is connecting. Because it is very subtle. Because it is subtle, there it is overtly seen. He likes sweets, he doesn't like sweet. He likes tikha, he doesn't like tikha. These are all very clear likes, dislikes, which are very overtly seen. And if you give a person who likes sweet some tikha, or if you give the other way around, if it falls into the area of dislike, you know how the face will change, you know how the behavior change, you know how the karma will change, everything is known. So that connection is very clear with Manomaya Kosha. But what is the question, where is it working in Vijnanamaya Kosha?
Isn't it so the karma meaning maybe our profession where our like I like doing math versus doing something else? Is that where?
So where will your,
that's where logic, intellectual.
where will it go?
That is also where.
So subtly, unknowingly, your buddhi will start going towards your likes and dislikes. It will go away from the dislike and go towards the like. Like what you find out in the aptitude test, what? Not Manomaya, Vijnanamaya. Okay, so it is so subtle that it is not overt, but it behaves like a signature there. Are you able to get that? That is why in children, when you do not know, when they cannot express, you put them in various situations. It is not the question of whether they are happy or sad there. Whether they are connecting to it or not connecting to it is the question what you are seeing. And that is Vijnanamaya. If they are happy with it, after doing it, if they are happy, it is Manomaya. If they are sad, it is Manomaya. If they are not connecting, and connecting because that logical intellect is working now based on the vasanas, where and what. Not only that, wherever we feel it is appropriate, that portion of the studies also we start liking. And you learn it. Whichever is very dry, the same intellect will not even put effort and try to understand what they are saying. वो कैसा भी एग्जाम के लिए पास करने के लिए we somehow learn it and finish it. चलो, that short memory let it be there. एक बार उल्टी कर दिया तो निकल जाने दो, over. Passing marks मिल गया. Are you able to get that? So it is so subtle. Manomaya, it's very, very clear. Vijnanamaya, it is subtle, but it works very strongly. Because you will, if you do not go there itself, where is the question of further? So it just covers, nahi, either yes, either ha, either na, tak, it covers straight away. Why? That ahankara itself is covered. That ahankara has already got vasanas covered on it. For vasanas to cover the ahankaras, the vasana should be in a place where it can pervade even ahankara. Think. Next question. If pranamaya is subtler than annamaya, pranamaya can pervade over annamaya. If manomaya is subtler than pranamaya, manomaya can pervade on pranamaya. That means it can direct pranamaya to do whatever. If ahankara is sitting in vijnanamaya and vasanas are able to pervade it, so vasana should be subtler than that. And where will it sit? Anandamaya. In Karana Sharira it is sitting. Are you able to get that? That is why it is able to pervade this ahankara. Is it clear? That strong it is. Okay. And that is why he says very clearly, Anadikalaha ayam aham swabhavaha jiva samasta vyavahara vodha karoti karmani api purva vasanaha. By that what you get? Punya apunyani cha tat phalani. Punya papa phalam is what is the outcome of these karmas which are through the vasanas. Vasana less karma will not give you punya papa at all. How does the jnani work? Not through vasanas. Na punyam, na papam, na saukhyam, na dukkham. So where is the question of giving any karma phala? Are you able to get this? So this will give you punya papa because we are skewed, and that skewness is so subtle that it is pervading through this anandamaya into my vijnanamaya, which is ahankara, and the ahankara is colored, and whenever ahankara is colored, simple things, you are attracted with a particular color. When you go to a shop to buy a particular clothes, there will be people who will always go and buy a blue or a green, or someone will buy a red and a yellow type of is there a logic to it? There is no logic. And the person who likes blue and green will ask the other person, especially when husband and wife goes, one likes blue and green, the other likes red and yellow. Now if you ask the other person, this is good, there is no rationale to say good or bad because it is out of the domain now. The only answer is if you liked it, it is good. Because it's such a personal preference. There is no question of it now interchanging because it is sitting in my vasanas. Are you able to get that? Someone likes charring music, someone likes soothing music. Someone likes old music, someone likes jazz, latest. So where are these coming from? Purva Janma vasanas. Is it clear? And there is no logic to it. That manifesting at the ahankara is vijnanamaya, and from that, whenever you are exposed to that environment, I derive sukham, or when you are removed out from that environment, I derive dukkham, which is your manomaya kosha. Are you able to get that? Yeah. Okay. Bhunte. Now he is talking about Vijnanamaya. Bhunte vichitra swapi yonishu vrajan ayati niryatyadha urdhvameshaha asyaiva vijnanamayasya jagrat swapnadyavastha sukha dukkha bhogaha. Okay. Bhunte vichitra swapi yonishu vrajan is the word. Na ayati niryatyadha urdhvamesha. Na आयाति निर्याति अध ऊर्ध्वम् एषः. ओके, अस्यैव विज्ञानमयस्य जाग्रत् स्वप्नाद्यवस्थाः सुख दुःख भोगः. भुङ्क्ते, भुक्. What is bhunte? Having eaten. Having eaten means what? Having experienced. Bhunte. Vichitrasu, various. Apiyonishu, janmas. Having experienced various janmas. Vrajan. Vrajan. Vrajan means what? Wandering. Okay. Ayati, niryati, comes and goes. Ana jana. Adha urdhvam eshaha asya, up and down. Eva vijnanamayasya jagrat swapna adi avastha. Adi avastha. So jagrat avastha and swapna avastha. Okay. And sukha dukkhadi bhogaha. Sukha dukkha bhogaha. That is happiness and sadness. Avasthaha is the experience. So what he says, it comes and goes, up and down. When you say up and down is what? Various lokas. Comes and goes means what? Takes birth and goes, dies. Vijnanamaya kosha takes birth and dies. So taking birth and dying, it goes across the lokas, goes up and goes down. Urdhva loka, adho loka. Okay. It takes birth in various bodies. And how? In that birth, it has got waking and dream and the other states of experience of joy and sorrow. All this belong to Vijnanamaya Kosha. Okay, the practical, because that is the sum and substance of life. You are born for exhausting certain karmas, the karma phalas. So sukha dukkha will be there. However small your janma is, your janma may be for one day in the mother's womb or for 100 years in this, doesn't matter. There will be a sukha dukkha experience for which your janma has happened. And like that, there can be across Chaturashiti Lakshani, 84 lakh yonis, you can take any janma. That means Adholoka, Urdhvaloka, you can keep going. Within this janma, you can have Jagrat and Swapna experiences. Or other experiences, he says. What are the other experiences which are not Jagrat and Swapna? Don't say Sushupti. Sushupti experience will not sit here. Sushupti experience is going to sit in Anandamaya Kosha. So Jagrat Swapna is going to sit here. Because that Ahankara is going to play its game either in the waking state or even in the dream state. Right? So other experiences of Ahankara or what beyond this Jagrat and Swapna, it can be Turiya, it can be Samadhi, it can be any of those. These are also experiences, but cannot be classified under Jagrat and Swapna. Are you able to get that? So any of these various experiences, for that Ahankara needs to be there. It cannot be without an Ahankara some experience has come. No, impossible. As I said, without a check leaf, a signature is not possible. Without a signature, the check leaf doesn't have meaning. Okay, so you need this body for Vijnanamaya Kosha. and that Vijnanamaya Kosha Ahankara is not there, then this body doesn't have any identity. Are you able to get this? Okay, so he says various avasthas it experiences and surely it passes through joy and sorrow. That means sukha, dukkha or khatta mita, both at the same time. So this all belong to what? Vijnanamaya Kosha. Is that clear? Any doubt on this? Okay. Then, I think he is ending here now. Vijnanamaya Kosha, one more will be there. Ato nayam paratma syat. So he has to finally close it that way, correct? It is not, hence it is not paratma. Why? He has already told that it is vikara modha. He has already told that Vijnana Sanjna Prakriter Vikaraha. So Ataha na ayam paratma. It is an ever changing. Vijnanam Vijnanamaya Shabda Bhak Vikaratvat Jadatvatcha Parichinnatvat Parichinna Hetu Parichinnatva Hetutaha Drishyatvat Vyabhicharitvat Naniyatyo Nitya Ishyate. Okay. Ataha hence quite a lot. In the actual, there are many shlokas in Vijnanamaya. Next is 206. It has jumped a big way. Ataha na ayam paratma. Ayam na paratma. It is not the Atma, Supreme Atma or consciousness. Syat Vijnanamaya Shabda Bhak. As one is spoken about the intellectual sheet. So this is how people express the intellectual sheet. Vikaritvat, because it is subject to change. Jadatvat. Why Jadatvat? Prakritehe vikaraha is being told. Prakriti is Jada. So vikara of that is Jadatvat. Is it clear? Cha Parichinnatva hetutaha. Because it has got limited. Parichinnatva means it has got limitation. Why limitation is there? What is the limitation of this? Why limitation is there of Vijnanamaya Kosha?
It's dependent on other subtler things, like from
This Vijnanamaya Kosha is limited to whom?
It's limited to the body.
That's all, limited to me.
yeah.
Me, the Jiva. See, even without knowing, you are referring to Vijnanamaya Kosha, limited to the body. When you are sit, you have already connected it directly to the body. That's what he said first. It is not limited to the body, it is limited to this Jiva. Okay, this Jiva is still subtler than the body. Okay, but our natural expression is always with the body. And hence, he says that limitation of the Atma is bought by limiting this RC. What am I doing? That OC which is limitless, because the RC is limited, I am superimposing the limitation of this RC onto the OC. That's what I am actually doing. And hence my RC is limited. And hence my Vijnanamaya Kosha is limited. And hence I say that my Atma. Kidhar? Deep inside it is there. Means what? I have already limited that Atma also now. Why? I cannot think beyond RC because my existence is at RC level only. It starts with the RC level. Is it clear? Okay. Parichinna hetutaha. It is always limited, and drishyatvat. It is always an object, objectified. It is object. It can never be the subject. See, this is where he is now making that OC to RC, the differentiation. And hence, ahankara is a object. That's why ahankara cannot be Atma. Are you able to understand? There are different ways to tell that it is not Atma, either from limitation or from pervasion or from, he says objectification, okay, or inconsistency, not being constant, or anityatvat, not available at all times in the same way. Okay, so he gives so many reasons why this Vijnanamaya Kosha cannot be the Atma. He says parichinna hetutaha, because it has got limitation. Drishyatvat, because it can be objectified. Vyabhicharitvat, because it is not constant. Okay. Anityatvat, it is not eternal. Nitya ishyate, eternal can be considered. So it cannot be that na is sitting there. It cannot be considered as eternal. Okay. Don't be na anitya nityaha ishyate. So that anityaha na nitya ishyate. Because it is anityaha, it cannot be considered as nityaha. Is it clear? Okay. So, again explaining this Vijnanamaya Kosha, which we have spoken so far, is not the supreme or Atma. Why? It is subject to change. It is inert in nature. It is insentient. It is parichinna, limited. It is an object of perception, drishyatva. It is not constant, vyabhicharitva. It is not eternal, anityatva, and hence can never be considered as eternal. Why so much of explanation for this Vijnanamaya Kosha? Because we very clearly know that we will never connect Manomaya to be Atma or Pranamaya to be Atma or Annamaya to be Atma. But Vijnanamaya very easily I will connect because I do not know anything further than that. That RC is the first one, so I will consider RC to be OC. Okay. A logical person can go up to this. If the person is a dumb person, then Dehatma Buddhi will be there. But at least Vijnanamaya Koshatma Buddhi, if you are saying, is a logical person who has been able to slice part by part and say that this is not Atma. But when it comes to Vijnanamaya, he more or less believes that is the Atma. Okay. And very natural, because that is the first place where the Atma OC's RC is now getting formed. Okay, right. Now let us see what he is saying in the next shloka. Now, from here where will it go? It will go to Anandamaya Kosha. Now, very, very nicely mentioned. See, the subtler the koshas go, the more explicit Acharya becomes in explaining it. Whichever is very easily understood, he doesn't explain it that much. Vijnanamaya, he has taken efforts to explain more about it. Anandamaya, he will take further more to explain it because it is still subtler. And it is, unless that clarity comes, you will not you will mistake Anandamaya to be something else. Okay, right. So, Ananda Pratibimba, that would only, no? Next one. Ananda Pratibimba Chumbita Tanuhu Vrittihi Tamojrumbhita Syat Anandamaya Priyadi Gunakaha Sweshtartha Labhodaya Punyasya Anubhave Vibhati कृतीनाम आनंद रूपः स्वयं सर्वे नंदति यत्र साधु तनुभृत मात्रः प्रयत्नं विना. Oh, how a very crisp explanation you can't see in any other text other than Viveka, Chudamani and all such subtle areas. Very crisply explained. Okay, there is no ambiguity at all in the words used. He says, Ananda Pratibimba Chumbita Tanu. Okay, what is Ananda? Ananda here is Atma, not Anandamaya Kosha. Ananda, Satchit Ananda Atma. Here, Ananda Pratibimba Chumbita Tanu is Atma. That Atma's Pratibimba. What is Pratibimba? Reflection. Chumbita Tanu is what? What is the meaning of Chumbana?
Magnet, right?
That is Chumbaka. What is Chumbana?
Attraction.
It is kissing.
Just touching. Okay.
Touching. Chumbita Tanu. That, how that Pratibimba just somewhere touches this Jiva. Where it has become very explicit is Vijnanamaya Kosha. That is why Anandamaya Kosha, if that Pratibimba itself is not there, if RC is not there in Anandamaya Kosha will not exist. Whose Anandamaya Kosha? When the question is asked, what will be the answer? You will infer that it is my Anandamaya Kosha. Okay. Now if I will have to confuse it, I will ask Vyashti's Anandamaya Kosha or Samashti's Anandamaya Kosha. Everyone's Anandamaya Kosha or my Anandamaya Kosha. And if you say it is my Anandamaya Kosha, I will say that Sukshma Sharira not even known to you. How can you say it is yours and not everyone's? For that only inferences are answer. Prajnana Ghana, it doesn't give any illumination and knowledge of what is there in it. Then how do you know? If something is coming out, it is presupposed to be in that. It is like saying, I have taken my purse and I have come back home. I have taken the key and opened the door. Where was the key? Where was the key?
Assumed to be in the purse.
It has to be right. If it is not there, okay. Or maybe to make it explicit, I will tell you I don't have pockets and my hands are empty other than the purse, nothing else is there and all that. But the point is, with inference, you know that if there is an effect, the cause is embedded in the effect. It is sitting somewhere. That is why it is called causal body, where the cause is sitting and you can't reach the cause. What is this Anandamaya Kosha? Karana Sharira. It is the causal body. You can't go to the cause unless the cause manifests as an effect. And only from the effect you can go back by logic saying that it should be the cause. From every seed, when you see the tree, you have to believe that tree was embedded in that seed. Without that, the tree cannot come. Arey, but I didn't see it. That is your limitation. My limitation cannot be Srishti. Are you able to get that? I cannot superimpose my limitation and say that that is absolute. No. The moment you accept it as my limitation, automatically you know that you will use this logic of action or the effect presupposes there is a cause to it. The cause may be known to me or not known to me, or I don't have the ability to know it. That's a different thing. But that is not, the cause is not there. Okay. So he says, Ananda Pratibimba Chumbita Tanu. So that is the first place where that RC's presence is somewhere felt. हल्का सा किधर तो टच होके जा रहा है. Because if that was not there, you all will not accept this Karana Sharirapa. It is like saying that if someone is going to sit here and challenge me and tell that my 100th great grandfather was not present. It is impossible. Your presence itself proves that person was present. Arey, but I don't know. That is why Pratibimba Chumbita Tanu. He could have been there, he should have been there, whether he was a ape or a human being or we don't know that. But the fact was, he was there, that is why you are here. Are you able to get this? And that is why he uses that word Ananda Pratibimba Chumbita Tanu. Okay, how nicely with words you can bring out subtlety. The subtlety part, he has brought it so beautifully by using such words. Okay. Vritti Tamojrumbita. What is Vritti? What is Vritti? What is Vritti? Yogaschitta Vritti. Yogaschitta Vritti Nirodha. What is Vritti?
Disturbance in our mind.
What is that? Don't give me that book knowledge. Disturbance. Tarange, woe samad bolo. What is Vritti?
The nature
It is
of the
thought. Thought is a Vritti. Correct? Every thought is a Vritti. Bundle of thoughts is a Vritti in a particular direction. Okay. So, he says, Vrittihi Tamo Ujrumbhita. What is tamas?
Guna, that is Tamo Guna.
What is tamas?
Inertia.
Darkness. Unknown. पता नहीं है क्या है. Concealed. अंधेरा. घनिष्ठ अंधेरा. क्या है मालूम नहीं. Okay. That is filled with tama. So the vritti, see, how do you know there has to be an action. Then only, okay. If you tell me, how many people have seen Ice Age? Okay. In Ice Age, how is the start always?
Yeah, the squirrel is going after the nut.
He will not go after the nut. The squirrel is frozen, the nut is frozen.
Yeah.
Correct? Yes or no? Okay. Now imagine, something should happen first, correct? Then only this inertia will change. The squirrel will come out, the nut will come out, then the chase will start. So that means some taranga has to happen inside. Do you know what happened? No one knows it, but suddenly they will show activity has started. But how did that activity start? Some crack they will show, somewhere something broke and tack karke this guy comes out, and then again the whole thing starts. Then it is full of action. But something has to break. That means there is an activity going on, there is a tremor going on, there is something vritti going on. But I don't know what is it. So that subtlest of the subtle ahankara, there also karma is going on. Think. But I have no idea of what it is. Because if that doesn't happen, how will it manifest in the Sukshma Sharira? For it to manifest in the Sukshma Sharira, something should happen in the Karana Sharira or not. If that unknown tree from the seed, if it has to come, the moment you put in water, in some time it swells, means something is happening in it, means I do not know what is happening, but something is happening. And that tree which is there completely inside starts coming out the way it should come out. That means there has to be an activity inside happening. Without that it will not happen. But I am not aware of that activity. Are you able to get this? This is how he is now referring to Karana Shariram. That means Karana Shariram without Atma, impossible. Karana Shariram without RC also impossible. But the problem is I do not even know that there is a RC because it is Tamo Ujrumbita and filled with Vritti. That is why they call it Prajnana Ghana. I am not at all knowledgeable of what is in it. Okay, like when you say a black hole is devoid of activity or filled with activity. Can anyone say that? I am asking a question. A black hole is devoid of an activity or filled with activity?
It's filled with activity actually.
How do you know?
Everything goes in.
How do you know that? Because that inference is only from the place where it is now going to go in versus it was outside. Okay. And this is where you are now trying to infer that unless there is such a high activity, something cannot be pulled in. Right? And once it has gone in, I do not know also whether it is there. Even light goes in, cannot come out. Tama Ujrumbhita. But whether it is there or it is not there, I do not know whether there is an activity. How will I know? That is where he says, Pratibimba Chumbita Tanu, on that surface when something starts going in and not going in, and that is the place you will come to know that life is there or not. How will you know साथ में life है कि नहीं? नजदीक गया तो तभी मालूम पड़ेगा. Till that I have no idea about it. समझ में आ रहा है? And hence he says, because there is an activity happening in Sukshma Sharira, which I am aware, there needs to be tremendous level of activity happening even in the Karana Sharira, but I am not aware. To such an extent that my Ahankara, I have to believe that it is there in the Karana Sharira, otherwise this activity cannot happen. And so true that my vasanas are sitting there. Every time if the vasana is coming out from there, in every action of yours, how much of activity will be there? Think. Which has got the maximum information? The black box. What does not do any of the action? The black box. But filled with knowledge, filled with all the information. Whenever you want, you can retrieve it out. If you know how to retrieve it out. Are you able to get that? तो मेरा सब कुंडली किधर बैठा है? इतना जन्मों का कुंडली किधर बैठा है? Sitting there. Sitting there as what? Prarabdha, Agami, Sanchita. If they all have to be alive, there has to be an RC. And there has to be extremely high activity where only a portion is coming out. It is like saying inside the earth's surface, is there activity or no activity? If activity was not there, earthquakes would not have come. Parts would not have moved. Tsunamis will never come. So many tremors are happening. In this Akasha, there is activity or no activity? Activity, oh activity. But I am not aware of anything. I say that it is a very still sky. Is the sky really still? Just give me a second. Okay. Are we able to get this? What happened? Is it clear or not?
Yes, Guruji. So, does the RC then sit in Anandamaya? Is that what? Is that where?
It has to be there, na? If it is not there, okay, if your RC is not sitting in Anandamaya, how are your vasanas being worked? Manifestation of that RC is what you understand in Vijnanamaya. It is already there in Anandamaya. Okay, when you're dead, where is your RC? Not there. Where is your RC?
There.
Where? Where? In your Sukshma Sharira? Where is your Sukshma Sharira after death? Only which you can understand and manifest is called Sukshma Sharira. What can you understand post-death about your own Sukshma Sharira? That is where is that itself is called Karana Sharira. Are you able to get that? Is it clear? So Anandamaya Kosha is going to be really subtle. It will make you think. So you need a lot of time to think. For which I am going to give you nearly 1 month to think. Because there is going to be no class next Saturday because I will be traveling. After that subsequent Saturday there is puja at home. Uske baad wala Saturday Hiranandani Estate Ayyappa puja is there. Subsequent Saturday I will be in Shabarimala and I would have just come back. So 4 Saturdays chutti. Think about Anandamaya Kosha. Okay, and come back fresh. Yeah.
In Lalita Sahasranamam, it says like Guruji, Pragyana Ghana Rupini.
Now
What
you
does that
understand?
mean there?
Prajnana Gana Rupini Atma. Its presence also I do not know there. Prajnana Gana Rupini is Atma. Good, you told me Lalita Sahasranamam. I was searching this Prajnana Ghana is a very, very important. I was searching. Tattvabodha, I could not get this word in any of the text. It is coming in Lalita Sahasranamam, correct. Prajnana Ghana Rupini. Madhvi Pana Lasab. So it is Atma Swarupa which is not even known in Sushupti Avastha. Prajnana Ghana. Its presence or absence is also not known. Clear? Not RC, it is OC there.
Oh, see there. Okay.
Yes. Okay, chalo. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. So we will continue with Anandamaya Kosha in the next class. Again we will start from Anandamaya Kosha. Okay. Harihi Om.
Hariom. Shubharatri.
Shubharatri.
Yeah.